Um, on behalf of She Economy, on behalf of She Economy Radio, these Voices of the Earth mooted when we had a discussion with She Economy on how to elevate women around the world and give voices to the one that is unheard. So today we are so fortunate to be around with you and to listen to you. Well, of course, having you in our WEF ASEAN was a blessing. You have opened our eyes that there is a lot of supporters who are together with us in our journey, especially as a mother, as a wife, as a career woman, and of course gender equality is not only solely to a woman issue, but of course,
Yes.
I think the he for she movement that initiated by various bodies that call men and of course stand solidarity with women. I think in this session of Voices of the Earth, we explore of how gender partnership is the key of resilient, peaceful, and equitable societies. And by highlighting real stories, challenges, successes, and the conversation. Today, we will have around 40 minutes together with you, Excellency Dorji, and the radio session will be at on every Sunday. So your session will be on this Sunday at 11 a.m. Malaysia time, and we really hope to hear your sharing. Well, of course, I would like to open up a question to you, Excellency Dorji. What does he for she mean to you personally, and why do you believe that gender equality is not just a woman issue but a human one? So probably you may want to share with us now, and let's hear from you. Over to you, Excellency.
Okay. Good afternoon, Excellency Datin Dr Hartini and your colleagues here. First and foremost, I really like to express my gratitude to you for giving me this opportunity again. Of course, the first one was an opportunity for me to attend this WEF ASEAN event in Malaysia, in your country. That was a great opportunity. And now again, you are giving me this opportunity to come on She Economy radio. So thank you so much. And also my very, very heartfelt congratulations and appreciations in respect to Sister Dr. Hartini for all the great work that you are doing, especially in the advancement of women and she economy, women empowerment. I mean, yes. So in all this area, you are doing such a great, great work, and my deepest respects and appreciation. Okay, then now coming to your question, what does he for she means to me? This is really, I mean, I would say it means a life to me actually. This slogan, this value now, because all along I've been feeling that my life so far, through my mother, through my sisters, through my wife, through other women that I've seen in due course of my life, that I've come across, so many women in my life. I feel that women are somehow, even today, not given uh, the 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 equal opportunity or equal prosperity that they should be given. I personally used to believe that there is no difference between gender. Of course, biologically we are different. That's I mean nobody can deny. But as far as the right is concerned, as far as the opportunity is concerned, as far as the dreams, visions, ambitions, opportunities are concerned, I believe this all has to be same between men and women. There should not be any difference. But unfortunately, there is a difference that we all know, we all accept this. And I believe this was in the first place created by we men. I believe, maybe I'm wrong, but I have a strong belief that this so-called the gender inequality has been created by we men for various reasons, not intentionally, not that men wanted to really dominate women, not for that reason. I don't think so, but it somehow just happened unintentionally over the years. As the human beings we evolved, I think over the time, I think somehow um, unintentionally, we men have actually encouraged to build a system wherein we showed these differences between men and women, and then saying that women are in a way little bit lesser than men. The men should be always, the dominating gender. So that has been created, and now I feel because of that, the she for he value to me, what it means is now it is time for us men, he, now we have to really stand for women. So he for she value. So that is how I would understand. But of course, I don't know. I mean, who created this value as such? But they could have a different interpretation. By my interpretation is that. And when I say this, he for she, again, big there is a big catch here. When I say this, I don't mean that we men have to help women. No, if we help women, then it would mean we are not really supporting the women empowerment. Because when you say you are helping a woman, like for example, when I do some work in the kitchen, when I make some meals for our family in the kitchen, normally what we say is, we men normally what we say is, if somebody asks you what you're doing, then the women normally tend to say, I'm helping my wife in the kitchen. So actually it's not helping. What we should do is, instead we men should say, I'm preparing a meal for my family. So it is equally my responsibility as it is a responsibility of my wife. So when I'm help cooking in the kitchen doesn't mean I'm helping my wife. So therefore, it is not helping, but rather he for she value would mean we men have to really humble ourselves. We need to now say, okay, we are uh, respect each other. We are as an equal partner. We are as an equal, co-creator. So this is what actually it means to me. He for she means now we men have to really play a bigger role, bigger. We have a bigger responsibility to bring this gender equality in our world. So this is how I would explain.
I think when men helps women in the kitchen or in their chores, it's not just about sharing the chores. I think excellency. It's about a noble act of appreciation, love,
Yes,
care, respect,
yes,
partnership,
yes,
understanding. It's an what we can say is an empowerment begins at home, and of course
exactly. Mm,
where dignity and love are served equally. So I think we should find many more men like you. I really hope that we can have
mm,
this type of gentlemen around the world, so the world will be a very safe place for every woman,
yes,
every children, if we have
yes.
plenty of you around the world,
Thank you.
so we wouldn't have a lot of issues about this inequality about women. Right, Excellency
Yes,
Dochi?
thank you, thank you. Thank
Okay,
you so
and
much. Yeah. Mm,
I think another thing
mm,
that I would like to hear from you is basically uh, how could we man youngsters, boys better in engaging and promoting empowerment? Because especially in the grassroots level, I'm sure there's a lot of it's love, respect, dignity is always come from home. it's how the family are being raised, how the togetherness, how the respect between husband and wife. So when there is a respect, there's a love, there's always go down to the grassroots, means to their family, how they make the family better, how they make the family respect the status that we have accordingly to the man and woman. So how would you be better engage and promote this women empowerment, especially in this grassroots? What do you think? And of course, how do we actually have this true partnership between man and woman, an action plan, and of course, where the barriers still need to be broken down or not, or there's still a future, a way of us to ensure that these are being respected. So what do you say about this?
No, Excellency, you are so right. Actually, now even when it comes to gender equality, I think it has to start from your family, from your own house, from each and every family. I think basically that is the grassroots. I would say that is the grassroots that we are talking about. So now, as I said earlier, somehow intentionally or unintentionally, the systems have been created over the centuries that men are a little bit higher than women, women are lower than men. So this has been created. And then, like for example, even in my own family, as I was growing up as a child, there were so many kind of values being uh, given to us saying that the same thing. Like when I was growing up also, my mother used to tell, suppose we are 10 siblings, we are 4 brothers and 6 sisters. So if we brothers, if we actually sweep in the house, my mother used to say, no, your sister should sweep, a boy will not sweep. So that kind of a values has been so ingrained, so it starts from the family. So therefore, as we grow older, so it is not my fault, because of the value system that I'm been grown in. Then slowly I try to practice that, and which is basically leading to the gender inequality. Now, as Excellency Datin, you have said, we have to, every one of us have to start from our homes, actually from our family. And there also, I think mostly, I think it has to be a bigger role to be played by the male members there, male members, because we have to, because if your mother says, no, your son, you don't sweep floor, clean in your house, then the father or the brother has to say, no, mother, maybe that is not right. Now it's okay, we also need to sweep this. I mean, there's nothing wrong in we sweeping. So therefore, rather than mother and sisters forcing us or encouraging us to sweeping, it is we, the man, the father, the brother, should come forward and say, no, I also want to do this. This is my responsibility. As you have said earlier, it is my honor, it is my love, I want to be a part of this. We are equal partner in here. So we need, so this has to come from our own family. So I think is at the very grassroots level. The other point I think, Excellency, that in you touched is we are talking about here love, care, compassion. And this is again one area I want to highlight, because so far the gender equality has not reached where it should be reaching, because as we all know, as of today, there's not even one country that can boast of gender equality. There's none. And also we know that World Economic Forum of 2024, they have reported that it will take 134 years to achieve gender equality. So it is very slow. Now, my hypothesis is this has been slow because maybe in the use of our language. Because so far, even these days, I see posts from UN Women, UN system. When they make a post on gender equality, they still use the word like fight for women gender equality, fight, struggle, empowerment, uh, so therefore the language that we use around gender equality is not about love, not about care, not about compassion. So we are saying we have to fight for a woman equal right, we have to struggle for a woman empowerment, we have to. So therefore I think this has not worked. So therefore, as you have just highlighted, Now, what I'm saying is, instead of fighting for gender equality, we should rather try to create it with the language of love, care, and compassion. Because at the end of the day, whether we like it or not, it is men and women, we have to come together. I mean, as an equal partner. Because if we don't bring this, if we don't achieve this, then the future of our humanity is not good. I mean, it is going to go bad and bad. So therefore, it is in our interest of everyone, the whole humanity, that male and women, we come to men and women, we are equal partners. So therefore, instead of fighting for gender equality, let's try to create it with love, care, and compassion. So maybe if everyone, now even from the women's side, women also, when you talk about gender equality, I think the women should not say we want to fight for gender equality. I think women should say let's create it through love, compassion, and care. So maybe I feel this is one way forward. Maybe if we do this, then maybe we can fast track the gender equality that we are all aspiring for.
Thank you. I think you have give a real future mantra for all of us, that
Okay.
to spearheaded that respect. I mean, as you were saying, empowering not about women can do everything, like
Yeah.
our ancient civilization. Men has to do this, woman has to do all caregiving, housework is for women, men cannot do anything. But I think when men step into the domestic roles, yeah, we have now a lot of house it's not housewife, it's houseman, is it?
Yes.
House husband,
House
yeah. So
husband.
so basically, it's when you step into that domestic role, you're not losing any power or status. You're still the man of the house, you know. And
Exactly.
there
Yes.
are you are even gaining more connection, and of course the honoring of partnership, because at this coming future, we really do not know, because the structure of the world has such that there's a lot of changes, that can actually unite that gender equality to love, care, and compassion, as you said.
Yes.
So yeah, so these
Yes.
are very good strategy that I think we should talk about it and let everybody see how does this relate. And of course, Excellency Dorji, I think being a man of a real compassion, humanity, you say in such a very respectful way about women. So we need to inculcate this policy, cultures, and transformation. What policy and social norms still hinder meaningful gender equality today, and what should be prioritized to change that? And of course, in your opinion, how can government, corporation, educational institution, family adopt and implement these he for she values more effectively? And how do we dismantle the myth that empowering women somehow disempower men? So this one we
Yes.
need to throw it out, so that the man doesn't feel threatened with all this equality, empowerment, having you to do the woman's work, whatever. It does not disempower you. For me, for us, I think it gives more respect to you, and the love, that because being having a man who support us throughout is a bonus. You cannot ask for anything else from this type of person who care for you more. So this love, care, and compassion, how do you look at this? How do we want to get all the people to embrace this, Excellency?
Yes. Very, very good, important point. So first is, as you have rightly said, when we do women empowerment, it is not about subtraction. Because very often, as you have rightly pointed out, some of us, we men feel that if women do better, then let's say, for example, if my wife does better in career, then I feel insecure. I mean, some of us men, most of us, we feel like that. So therefore, somehow I want my wife to be less successful than me. I mean, unfortunately. So therefore, they feel that women empowerment, if women become successful, their status, their privileges will be lessened. But what I'm saying is, and what Your Excellency Datin, you are also saying is, it is not. In fact, women empowerment, when men and women come together, when women does better, it is actually about multiplication. Instead of subtracting, women empowerment, gender equality is about multiplication. And in fact, it is more than multiplication. It is about transformation. Yeah, because as Datin Excellency, you will know, our founder, the Dr. Harbin, she normally uses this formula: 1 + 1 is equal to 11, not 2. I want to been using this even in this gender equality. I say one man and one woman, when they're equal, it is not two men, two. Rather, it is 11 brothers and sisters. So therefore, I feel if we get this gender equality, if men and women they do this equal partnership, we are going to get the result will be much more than this, the parts. Yeah. So this is the new formula, I think. So it is about transformation. It is about multiplication. It's not about subtraction, as you have rightly pointed out. And this is also, I feel strongly about it. Now, how can we operationalize this? I mean, that was your big question. Now, of course, I cannot claim that I have any right answer, but my humble view would be, first and foremost, I think it should be inculcated in the education system, because as I say, as we agree, it starts from the family, but then our children, they get most of their values also from the schools. So, and also the values that they get from the schools are also again becomes much stronger. So I think we need to now inculcate this in the school system from the very primary. Some of those old mindsets, they're saying that women are lesser than men. These are, I mean, common to everywhere. Even in my culture, we consider, in fact, you know what? In my culture, traditionally, women are considered 9 births lower than men. Only if a woman, if they come rebirth 9 times, then only they can be reborn as a man. So in my culture also, women are very low actually, traditionally. So likewise, in all the cultures we have this. So now in the education system, we need to correct this. No, this is not right now. Yeah. So first is education system. Then from there, of course, it will come to the family. Then the next is parallelly, I would say parallelly, it will be at the global level. And the global level as of today, especially when we talk about women empowerment, gender equality, we are talking about UN Women, yeah, UN Women, and then there are so many organizations like your organization, like Women Economic Forum,
Yeah,
and
foundation.
I
Yeah.
think yes, and you have so many others. So similarly, both regional, global organizations that are actually trying to support women empowerment, gender equality. All these organizations led by UN women should also now start changing these languages, because as I said earlier, just before I came to this radio show, I was just checking on my LinkedIn and I saw some post from UN women, and they're still using the same language, the fighting for women's right, women's empowerment. So I'm saying, no, we should not now use this word like fight, struggle. Rather, we should now change this language and say, let's do it together. Let's, through love, care, and compassion. So this change in language should come from the UN and other organizations like your organization. So I feel parallelly both at the education level in all the countries, and also to be led by the international global organization like UN Women, and also regional and other global organizations like Women Economic Forum and all. So this is what I feel. This is my humble view.
I think what you have said is actually talking through experience. You are not
Mm.
talking through experience only as a leaders in your country, but you walk the talk. means you walk the
Yes.
talk, you orientedly do that with your family and with your community. So to have this kind of compassion person, it takes a person who has gone through that scenario with the family, with your sisters and brothers, with your community. So you have that situation that to build that love, care, and compassion. But of course, we need to explore more. We need to get people to hear more. People like Excellency Dorji, you have to be talking to the not only to radio she economy. You have to talk to the world, saying that this love, care, and compassion is the new myth, the new methodology, the new pathway for us to
Yes.
give that equality to women. And of course, the we need to have a true value allyship together to use the platform in every day, anywhere that we have, and the
Yes.
privilege that we have to advocate about, of course, this gender equality and justice. So collectively, whatever that you said, whatever that you inspire us today, is a collective action across community, not only community, the leaders, the institution, the cultures, that these are the agent that can accelerate the vision of equality. This is what I thought, because without this, we cannot be doing walking this path alone. Because if we walk,
Yes.
as you say, it will take about another 134 years for us to achieve that gender equality. Do we have time to wait? What will happen to
Yes.
our children? What will happen to our sisters? What will happen to our niece, our
Yes.
grandchildren? So this, we cannot wait for this love, care,
Yes.
and compassion future remarkable connection for us to ensure that this will happen. And of course, Excellency Dorji, I really love talking to you, and I need you to give some inspiration, action. What are the message that you want to give to the young boys and to the men today about their role in gender equality? What would it be? What will you be for them, for you to inspire, to tell them to work together, walk along path for this? And of course, what are the impactful action, regardless any gender, to take the daily support and the cause of empowerment and equality? What say you? What do you think? What can you say something about this?
Yes. 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 I mean, first and foremost, I really, really like to express my appreciation and respect to leaders like yourself. I mean, you are doing a great job, and especially when I had this opportunity to attend this WEF ASEAN event, I was really thrilled. I mean, that was something I've been always dreaming. See, the women doing so well, the women leading, and equal. So that was the first time actually that such an event that which I've been always dreaming, and that is I saw in real. I mean, especially like yourself and all. So therefore it is already happening, but only thing is it is so minority. You all are very few just now. If you talk in terms of number, people like yourself are very few. So we need more of such leaders, such mentors to spread around the world. So that is first. Now coming straight to your question, what can I say to our younger generations? So my younger if I may, my advice or my suggestions to the younger lot, let's say to my daughters and my sons. Okay, yeah, so to my daughters and sons, what I would like to say is both needs to change now. Both my son and daughter, it is not just for son or not just for my daughter, but of course the messages will be a little bit different. Now to my sons I will tell now, because you know what, in my home also I'm still having this challenge, because in the school, in their peers, my son is 13 years old. He still have that kind of value system, from the schools, from his friends. This, he still feels that sometimes his sister or his girlfriends are little bit inferior than him. But we try to now correct that. So therefore, what I want to say to this my younger generations is to the boys, to the sons, and to the brothers, that you all need to now be extra, take that extra mile, and uh, play the role of your sisters of or yeah, basically your sisters. I mean, you will take their role also sometimes, instead of just letting your sisters sweep or be in the kitchen. You also be proactive and say, no, today I want to sweep, today I want to do laundry, today I want to wash this clothes, today I want to do this dishes. So the sons, I think you need to start doing this. And then from the daughter's side, daughters also, because they have been also taught in such a way that this is your work. Now they have to also get out of that mindset and saying, okay, that's fine, okay, you can do, brothers, you can share, you can do our work, but now me also as a daughter, as a girl, I also want to do some of the things that you are doing, right? For example, maybe go out and play with some games, or do some of the things that only his brothers are doing. So we need to now start changing our roles in a little bit, but doesn't mean that by doing this, girl becomes a man or man becomes a woman. It is not like that. Our biological differences will be always there, that we always need to respect. A mother will be always mother, a father will be always father. They will have some their specific roles, that will be always there. But then many things we can now start co-creating as an equal partnership. So therefore, I mean, such if you start doing like that, then slowly it will be just one kind of a system wherein there's no big differences between whether you are born as a girl or whether you are born as a boy. There's not much difference. So I think that's how they can start in a small way in their own homes. I mean, this would be my humble advice. And then also another message that I like to give, especially to the younger generation, to my daughters, for example. I have a daughter who is 21 years old, and my message to her will be, dear daughter, I mean, if you are listening to this radio, I mean, she's not with us here. She's in Australia studying. So now, in case if she listens to this radio, I'll tell her to listen. And now my message to her will be, your future will be much more different. Your life will be much more different than what your mother and your grandmother had. Your mother and your grandmother had quite a difficult life. I mean, they didn't have a kind of equal opportunities, equal prosperity. They were almost like a beast of burden. Everything, most of the things they have to do. But you, in your life, I think you have a better future, because people like us, like Women Economic Forum, UN, women like myself, we are trying to make this world more just, more harmonious, more equal for both men and women, so that it becomes a better place. Yeah. So
Thank
this
you,
is what.
thank you, thank
Yes.
you, thank you. I mean, a journey of such remarkable feelings towards making the woman to feel at ease, happy, love. It's not something that curated. It comes from within inside, and I
Mhm.
think you have that additional love beyond within you that you are sharing with us right now, Excellency. Of course, towards ending this radio Voices of the Earth
Voice
together
of the
with
Earth.
you, yeah, Voices of the Earth, She Economy Radio. We look towards the coming of World Peace Day that will be on 21st September, I think, and
Mm-hmm.
of course the other global observances. How can movement like for she contribute to build a more peaceful and inclusive world? And of course, I would like for you to share a closing reflection together with us for our listeners for Radio She Economy that are going to be with you on this coming Sunday, and to reflect. Uh, our future is bright because out of many millions, billions of people, now today we are talking with Excellency Dorji, who has so much compassion in him to see that we are getting the same equality treatment with the man, with his passion and love. So over to you, Excellency Dorji.
Okay, so thank you so much. Yeah, so yes, definitely the future has to be a bright future, is more happier. We have to do this. We have no choice. Otherwise, our world is going to go down. So we don't want our world to go down. We want our world to live for another, millennium. So that is what, and in a more happier kind of a situation. So therefore, every one of us has this responsibility. And as we have discussed earlier, and also informed that if we go by this present method, what we have been doing so far, it is very slow, because we have actually the first organized women's right movements started about 177 years ago in New York. It was in 1848. And that was much before when the world saw the first airplane invented by Wright's brother. It was about 55 years before that. But now today, if you look at the development in the aviation, now we are exploring into the deep universe. Yeah. But whereas gender equality, when you talk about after 177 years, there is not even one country as of today that can boast that we have a gender equality. So it is not there. So we have not moved very far in terms of gender equality. And also we know that it's a fact that World Economic Forum 2024 has said it will take 134 years. And as Excellency has already expressed, it is too long. We don't have that much time. Yeah. So this is something that I also want to now reiterate. We don't have such times. We need to, because in the process, if you wait for that, how many thousands, millions of lives will be already left this world, and as an unhappy, human beings, they would have left. So we don't want to do that. So instead, we need to really fast track this. And I think the only way of fast tracking this is, as I said, I mean, not only way, my belief is we need to now change the way that we pursue this gender equality through a language of love, care, and compassion. I think that is the only way forward, because so far we have been always talking about fighting, empowerment, struggle, and battle. So that is not right. So instead, you let us all come together, both men and women, boys and girls, everybody, all the countries, the organizations. We come together as a love, care, and compassion, and then we pursue. And I believe we can shorten this time. It will be not 134 years. Maybe it will be just 134 months, if not 134 weeks. Yeah.
Yes.
So we can do that. So this is my humble prayer to all the listeners here. Together we need to do this. Both men, women, everybody. I think we have to get together, and through love, care, and compassion, and we will be able to do it.
Thank you very much, Excellency Dorji. I think as we draw this meaningful conversation to close, let us remember gender equality is not about competing for
Yes.
space. It's about
Mm.
creating space together, right?
Oh,
And
yes.
when men and women walk side by side, not one behind the other, but we don't just build stronger homes, we build stronger nation with all this working together. And I think today's dialogue has reminded us that partnership is powerful.
Yes.
Change begin not only in policies or platform, but also in our everyday choices, how we listen, how we support, how we lead together, how we care, how we have that compassion, how we love each other. And let us carry forward the spirit of this session by committing to one simple truth: empowerment is not a favor, it is shared responsibility,
Yes.
and we should honor one another's dignity. We make peace, justice, and progress possible for all. Thank you very much, Excellency Dorji, and I really look
Thank
forward
you.
to see you.
Mm.
And this time, Bhutan is one of my bucket lists. I want to go there, and
Let's plan.
I look forward to
Mhm.
be seeing you again and your family that you have
Yes.
shown in the video when you are together with us in Malaysia. Thank you for this time. Thank you for your love. And we pray so much that you will be happy, success, and you will be giving that peaceful mind in order for you to create a better environment, not only for our family, community, but for our nation and globally. So thank you very much, Excellency Dorji, and take care.
Thank
Let's
you.
just take a picture before we go. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
ready? 1, 2, 3. Okay, thank you.
Thank you and
Thank
take
you very much.
care. Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
Take
Bye
care.
bye. Have a good
Take care.
day.
Yeah.
Bye bye. Bye bye.
Yeah, same to you. Thank you.